The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
The fourth album, King, 2014. And I remember when I seen that was dropping and then that was a title, the first thing I thought was, fuck, that's a bold title.
Yeah.
Tell us about working on that record, because I think that was the last record that you worked on with Kerser, or
Yeah, that was pretty much the last one, you know. I remember he wanted to call it King because he a lot of the fans that he had, his nickname was King Curse, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what they called him online, you know, and a lot of his fans were calling him King Curse, you know, like, so he was like, he wanted to have something to do with King in the title, you know what I mean? And we're coming up with different ones, like, and then I remember he just said, fuck it, let's just call it King, you know what I mean? Like, just King, that's it. And I thought, nah, that's a good one. Like, he come up with that one, you know what I mean? Like, and I thought, yeah, no, that it is bold, like, to name yourself the King. Like, you know what I mean? It is bold. But when you think about, like, what he'd sort of done in that time frame, so that was only like 2011 to 14, he was one of the biggest. Like, there's no one, and he was okay, you could say maybe Hilltop Hoods might have been maybe a little bit bigger, as, like, possibly bigger, but he was the only artist on his own that was probably the biggest. And the biggest, talking about the shit he talks about. No one was bigger, you know what I mean? He was like, so he was the king of what he did, you know what I mean? Like, he was the king, like, so it's the title suited, bro, like.
And what do you think about the music? How, out of the four records, you know, is it one of your favorite Kerser records? You know, how do you feel about the actual album?
King to me, I felt like was a improvement off Scott. Like, personally, you know what I mean? Other people might disagree. Like, some people might think Scott is the best, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to argue who thinks which album's better, because everyone, that's the thing with music I've come to realize. Like, you could do a song and you think it's like the maddest song, and then you do another song on another song on the album and you think, oh, that one's not as good, that's weak. And you know what I mean? And the one you think's weak is the one everyone likes. So you can never say what is better. But personally, I felt like King was an improvement on Scott, production-wise, the sound, recording, sound, the mix, everything. The lyrics, I felt like, picked up a bit too, because he started getting them more personal again, and then brought some story shit into it and that, and then it just, to me, I like King better. Like, I feel like, it was an improvement off Scott to me personally, you know, and he'd really sort of got to the point where he knew, like, he was the king, you know what I mean? So it's like it comes out in that album, like, you know what I mean? Even though they're all cocky, like, but that one was like, it's like he knew, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And then, so that was the last record that you and Kerser worked on together?
Yeah.
And then, so why was that the last one?
Oh, it was kind of like, just, it was more of a, I guess, kind of like money things come into it a bit. It kind of got in the way of the music. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, to be honest, like, the album that we started on after King, that would have been 2015. I'm telling you, bro, like, the shit we were doing in that time, it's like it had advanced so much. Like, I don't know, it's like, bro, I swear, like, that's what kind of kills me the most, I reckon, is that the shit we were doing at that time, if we would have actually finished it, I reckon that would have been the best shit we'd done, I reckon. But I don't know, it just wasn't meant to be, like, you know what I mean? It was sort of like, I don't know, it's like once money comes into it, bro, you know what I mean? Because we were getting a lot of money off the shit, you know what I mean? Like, it was raking in a bit of money, like, and then, I don't know, I guess I felt like I wasn't getting, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't coming even anymore. It was sort of going a bit like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, so I don't know. I thought we could sort of sort it out, but I don't know. I guess some words were exchanged a little bit, you know what I mean? It's sort of like we both got cut a bit. And then, I don't know, I guess pride got in the way. And then he was like, fuck you, I don't need you. And then, you know, I was kind of the same, I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck it, you know what I mean? So we kind of went our separate ways. Like, I kind of wish we could have sorted it out, because I feel like, to me personally, I felt like Kerser was a mate, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like he was my mate, so it wasn't just a business thing. So I thought we didn't even talk about it face to face. Like, it become this text message battle, you know what I mean? Of just fuck you, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Like, and that's it. We just kind of drifted apart. And I think I said some shit that probably cut him. And, you know, he said some shit that probably cut me, you know what I mean? I was just thinking, oh, fuck you, I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, fuck you, I don't need you. So it kind of went down that path a little bit. But you know what I mean? Like, I considered us to be mates, you know? So I kind of wish that we at least sorted that out. But you know what I mean? You never know, bro. Like I think it would be mad. And I'm telling you, ever since he started working with other producers and, you know, just doing it different to how we used to do it, I've had a lot of people hit me up like, man, I wish you could get back together, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I wouldn't say no, you know what I mean? Like, I would be G'd, because I've been doing the shit ever, like, I didn't stop, you know what I mean? I just kept going after that, like, and then that's when I built the studio and that, like, so, and I know he's still doing his thing too, so, I don't know, you never know, like, it could happen again one day. Like, I'm sure we could sort something out, you know what I mean? If he's keen, like, I'm keen, you know what I mean? Like, could you imagine that? Like, Nebulizer 2, you know what I mean? Like, bro, that shit would be huge, I reckon. You know what I mean? Like, so you never know, bro. Like, you know, he's got my Instagram. He can hit me up, or if, you know, I feel like it's one of those things where, like, you don't want to be the one to, like, say it and then you get shut down, you know what I mean? Because then you look like a dickhead, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. You never know, bro.
The lesson. 927. Oh, yeah.